All right, what's up, fellas? Mark Parson, Cornerback Pro, former NFL cornerback, and now I'm coaching y'all up. All right, so check this out. I got a quick clip from my boy Daniel, out of South Carolina. Daniel came. He traveled because right now I'm in Chesterfield, Virginia. So Daniel came. He's in high school, and he got a private session with me several months ago. All right, so I usually stay in touch with you guys. I think Daniel either text me or email me, but just telling me about his progress when it comes to his speed. Sure, he was talking about his track meet, because he's running track. I tell you guys, all my guys, you need to run track. And he was telling me about his success and he was running 4x4. So first of all, shout out to my young fella Daniel for balling out, doing what I asked, and constantly working to get better. Got big goals and big dreams. All right, so that's where it starts. So great job, man. Coming all the way from South Carolina to come train with me. Like I said, I don't need much time with you. My goal is to give you as much information in that time as possible, and then you work on it every single freaking day. That's what it's gonna take, right? All right, so today we're gonna talk about the box break drill. This angle you're not gonna necessarily see, but he just wanted me to see his progress, and I'm gonna tell you, it looks really good. All right, so I'm gonna show it to you, and then I'm gonna explain the purpose for it, and then what happens when you do this 5 minutes a day. You can do this in your dorm room if you're a college guy. Obviously, if you're a high school youth guy, you do this in your room. 5 minutes a day, your it will change your coverage, man, your coverage skills. See, a lot of times, again, I'm not a trainer, right? So I teach. So agilities, guys, trainers go straight into agilities, but the thing is, you don't even know how to break. So you're really just you're getting in shape, but you're training bad habits, right? So you want to learn how to break first, then you can get into everything else. You can be creative with all of that, right? All right, so let's watch Daniel. So he's gonna come off the right foot. It's a rhythm. All right, very simple, right? But until you do it, it actually you're gonna have to find a rhythm. Now he's doing it because usually I ease into it. So usually we standing straight up, and then we kind of get the rhythm first. With some people, it comes more natural to others, and then I'll explain and critique him on this one. So the box break drill, what is it? So again, I'm giving y'all this for free on the channel right now. So box break drill, basically you imagine you draw an imaginary box around your feet, all right? Around your center of gravity, right here. And then you can work on whether your coach wants you to do a T-step or what we call the bicycle or running man, where you may have like one or two steps, like pop, pop, right? The T-step is like bam. So depends what your coach likes. I know. Oh, that's my phone. I know that I remember when I went to Prime U, Deion Sanders hated the T step. And that's what that mostly is? It's because most people do it incorrectly. They step in the bucket, they turn the hip all the way open. So it takes a lot longer, right? So I totally understand why Prime didn't like it. And then he preferred the bicycle to running man, right? When I was in college, Coach David Brown, he liked the T step, but he really wasn't that serious about it. He was like, whatever you need to do to get out of the break. But he taught us the T step. Um, so sometimes it depends on what the coach wants. So you got to I say, master both of them. Okay. So right here, when you do the box break drill, this helps you, first of all, not open up the whole hip. Really, a T step, man, and I have videos on this, you just turning the foot. So you still staying, your body still staying square. You're turning the foot, and then you're imagining that the ground is hot. So when that foot hits that ground, it needs to pop off of it. Bam, pop. It's abrupt. You have to learn how to be abrupt, and you're training your body and mind to do that with this box break drill. Here's what happens, and you want to get really good with your foot, with both feet, right? So your left foot, so you may be more dominant on the right foot. Well, you train both of them. You do this 5 minutes a day, right? I got videos on it, and you guys who got the programmers, this is one of the things that are in there. 5 minutes a day. Oh, and the reason why we do the box is because you don't want to step outside the box. So right here, Daniel's right foot is great, and then his left foot steps out the box which is, and I'm gonna tell you why. Perfect. Now his left foot steps out, and that happens. You just gotta remind yourself to keep it inside the box. I'm gonna tell you why. I want you to see it first. Nice, low, and cycling arms. Great, great, great job. So the reason why you don't want to step outside the box is this: you're more susceptible to slipping when you do that. So when you step outside the box, your feet aren't necessarily underneath of you. So you definitely want to get used to when it's time to get out of it. So you probably do it like 10 times. So pop, 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 or 5 times, 6 times, whatever you want to do. We usually start off slow and then we get lower and then we speed that thing up, just like Daniel's doing right here. But you want to step, you want to every break you do, you want to have your feet underneath of you. Then you want to tuck your chin and then you cycle your arms. Also, I know Daniel has his head down right here. So you don't want to get used to looking at your feet while you're doing it. All right, so you want to be looking up because that's what you're going to be doing when you're guarding the guy, right? So everything we do has game-like feel to it. So what happens is, so here's the reason why we do the box break drill. You want to have rhythm, number one. So it's a type of rhythm. You want to be fluid. So that's why when I'm train it, well, I say train it. When I'm teaching guys in person, I'll tell them I'll make sure that their arms are moving fluid. Every drill that you do, agility drill, your arms need to be moving. They need to be fluid, right? So you never just want to have your arms tight, which he does a great job. You never want to have your arms tight. Everything has to be moving, even when you're backpedaling, because when you break and it's time to get out of that break, you want to have such a fluid move with your arms that they're cycling, and your arms will help your feet get out of that break. So everybody's like, yo, he must run a 4.3, or man, he's super quick. When really your technique is just on point. You tuck your chin because guess what? The body follows the chin. So just like if you're running a 40-yard dash, if your head just pops right up, it's going to bring your whole body up and you're not going to be at that good angle, right? Well, when you break, when you tuck your chin, it's going to like force your body to follow your head, and you're going to have a good angle and good leverage. All right? Let me keep showing this. So it's a nice pop and a great break. So what happens? Here's the reason why I want you to do this. Another reason. So rhythm, that's good. All cornerbacks, man, y'all need to know how to salsa, man. Y'all need to know how to move and feel fluid and feel confident and just have that type of swag with you, man. That style with you. All right. So here's what happens when you get really good at this, which Daniel looks really good. All right. He looks really good at this. So what happens is you do this 5 minutes a day, right? And this is my personal experience, especially I learned this at Prime U, right? And when I first got to Prime U, which what Prime U is for you young guys, I don't even think Dion does it. Dion's more into the camps, the Under Armour camps now, more than anything, and then NFL announcing. But when I went to Prime U, he was teaching us these breaks. So they did this box break drill, right? And they didn't explain it like I do, but I get it. So like that's how my mind works. I'm like, yo, this is really helping me out. When I got to my All-Star game, so we went to Prime U first for combine and pro day training, and then you leave there and go to your All-Star game. I went to Texas versus the Nation game. I think they call it something else now. And I remember, and this is in one of my videos where I talk about it was from Draft Guys TV. And if you can see me, you actually see this clip of me guarding Nick Moore, who's Lance Moore's brother. He played in the CFL. He just retired. If you can see me doing it was a curl, and I'm playing off man. And after doing this over and over again, just 5 minutes a day is nothing, right? After doing that, Nick Moore runs a curl on me. I immediately get out of that break. It's no hesitation. I'm talking about cycle arms, get out of the break, and then I make a break up on the curl route. And, I talk my trash. I'm like, yo, yeah, talk. When I got back to the hotel that night, I'm like, and because I just set the habit of just doing this in my room when nobody's watching sometimes. And I was like, yo, that break just came so natural, so little wasted movement. And I was like, it's because I'm training my mind to do this. I'm training my mind to get out of this break so often that it just became second nature. It just is like bap bap. It's like bap bap. Tuck my chin, cycle my arms, and break up the pass. And usually a curl route was kind of difficult. It was one of those routes that was kind of difficult for me to break up because it's an intermediate route, right? It's only about what a curl route, maybe 12. They get to 12 yards and then coming back down, and it's a 5-step drop. So 5-step drop is intermediate to deep pass. Well, the curl route comeback is different because they're coming at least 14 yards. Your man turn, you feel more, But curl route was difficult for me and off man to really get that ball out a lot of times. Going against a really good receiver. Now you're going against a crappy receiver, it is what it is. But that was one of my hard, routes to guard. And when Prime and Kevin Mathis, Omar Stoudemire showed me that box break drill, and then my personality is to try to perfect stuff. Man, it just made stuff second nature. So I highly recommend you guys. This is what my channel does. Like, look, I tell you guys to train with me so I can. It's different because I have a certain eye, right? So when you come, work with me, at least maybe 1 to 3 days, I can see. So we do one-on-ones. If we're doing this, we're doing that. I can be like, hey, what'd you do wrong? And you'd be like, oh, I don't know. And I'll be like, this is what you did wrong. And then you do it again. I said, what'd you do wrong? It was this. Bam. So you're picking up on this stuff. You're feeling it. So when you go back home, first of all, you know the stuff to do so you can work on your technique. And then you don't necessarily need me anymore because you know what you did wrong and you know how to correct it. That's what I'm creating. I want to create guys who are elite thinkers and guys who are students of the game at the end of the day, right? So I wanted to break this down. I have videos where I show this, and it's in the one-on-one mastery program. So really, no excuses. Notice how that foot is not on the ground. Notice also how he's not turning his hip all the way open, and he's getting out of there, man. He's staying low. Okay, cycling arms, tucking the chin. Well, his head was looking down, so you make sure you want to look up, just like you're looking at a receiver coming at you. And then when you break, then you want to tuck the chin, and then just make sure you step in the box so you don't slip, especially if it's wet outside. Always know what type of surface you're going to play on. Understand that. Have different cleats. So if it's hot, super hot grass, you may need longer cleat. I don't know if y'all allowed to do the screw-ins anymore. But if you're on field turf, it may be a lot different, right? So you just be a student of the game. Be smart. I want you guys to be high level thinkers at all times. Strategy. That's why I say, hey, look, Art of War. Hey, look. Matter of fact, this show on Netflix. So if you have Netflix, check out Marco Polo, yo. So I just finished the second season, and it's talking about Genghis Khan and the Mongolians, right? When some of the best warriors and best, he was a conqueror, and man, it's strategy. So you need to know technique, strategy, and then it's about mastery. So they have like a Chinese monk that works with them, and he teaches the guys strategies, techniques when it comes to fighting and thought. So that's my goal for you guys. See me as that. I want to teach you this stuff so that you can have the same experiences and better than me. Because I did that in an all-star game and didn't really even know what I was doing. Well, I'm teaching you this stuff so you can know what you're doing and then ball out. All right. So box break drill, 5 minutes a day can change your life, and then apply it, apply it, apply it, apply it. All right. You got any questions? Hit me up at cornerbackpro@gmail.com. Definitely ask for the one-on-one mastery program so you can have stuff like this in there with the techniques and how to guard guys man to man. And I'll include everything else in there: mind and body training, catching series. Make sure y'all do the catching series. Y'all need to have elite hands. Especially since my high school guys playing both ways, you're playing cornerback and receiver. College guys, you need to be nice. You need to be able to catch one-handed passes. Your hands need to be nice. Just period. And then I'm thinking about doing another special teams. You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do a special teams program for y'all. Uh, because I know you may not be doing heavy special teams in college right now, especially if you're a starter. But shoot, you go into the league, boy. That's what you're gonna be doing. You're gonna be going against elite guys. So I may just add that to it. Just thinking out loud. But yeah, man, hit me up, fellas. Let's get better today. Every single day. Peace.